All right. Good evening. What's up, everybody? Welcome, Ascenders. Hope you're all feeling well. I'm tired as fuck. I barely slept. Been having a rough time sleeping lately. But I'm hanging in there. We're 51 minutes away from today's episode block. No pre-show, no post-show, none of that. So today's probably gonna be a real low energy, hang out and chill, watch the episode, open some loot boxes, and then call it a day. But tomorrow's gonna be much more involved. Tomorrow I'm gonna do a full month recap from start to finish. So for anybody who wants to just catch up on Ascension, 1 month in, what's it all about? We're going to go over all of it tomorrow. So look forward to that. It's going to be a long one. What's up, Ashlyn? Hey, Phantom Cigar. Let me know if everything looks okay, sounds okay. I've been having to tweak some of my OBS settings. I had to reset my bitrate and everything since we were having internet issues and stuff, so things are slightly tweaked. And never know with OBS, sometimes slightly changing one setting breaks something else or some filter that I forgot about, and everything suddenly sounds horrible or looks terrible. It's just Ascension. So, you know, even if the quality dips, I don't think anyone notices. So distracted by what is this horrible mobile app UI nonsense that I'm looking at. What's up, Ashlyn? Hey, Phantom Cigar. What's up, Meep? Adokins, hello. Shogun, Raven Black, Harley Quinn, Chuck and Dice, Nat 20. Gang's all here. Sailin' Armo. What's up, Blue Pop? Lambda Luke, ZK, Stasiop. Another day, another trauma. Wonder what kind of trauma we will see tonight. What do you think's gonna happen? Do you think a scene is gonna get cut early? Do you think Endure is gonna break? Do you think we'll finally see a boss fight? Do you think Toby's gonna show up even though he's already quote unquote dead? Should have made bingo cards. I never got around to bingo cards. It's my one regret for 1 month into Ascension. I never found a good way to do it. I found a couple of sites where I could generate cards, but to generate them for free, you were limited to how many you could make. And I couldn't, it wouldn't let me make enough that would be realistic for like a chat of my size. Like it would be limiting who would be able to get a card and play. And I didn't like that. And I never found like a good generator thing for it. I needed to figure out a way to make it and make it work, and I just never found a good option. What's up, Elf Bar? My mom bought me this game for my birthday. Do you like it? Are you enjoying it? Did you have a good birthday? Happy birthday, by the way. Hey, Cubizan. Things do look terrible, but that's on Ascension's side of things. I mean, hey. We got some, let's get some points. Let's play some Hashi. Let's make sure all the bit rate and everything is looking good. Oh God, it's so loud. Just mute. Boom, bam, bam. Yeah, that one's gonna connect. That one's gotta connect. Today is your birthday too? Is it? Wait, is it your birthday, Kenny? What's up, Kenny, by the way? Good to see you. The slap moment was fucking hilarious. Like, that's the thing. If the whole show, if all of Ascension was crazy shit like that, I would 100% be down for keeping up with this train wreck. Like, it wouldn't even be a question. I wouldn't be. I'm gonna put it to a vote. I'm gonna let the community decide Nub Zombie canon forever, because that seems like the most appropriate way to do it. But yeah, if it was up to me, I don't know. It wouldn't be a question if it was all moments like Faith slapping her mom or Ingrid's ghost going, yeah. Like, if it was 100% schlock.
I'm a police officer from Brams, the next town over.
If it was 100% schlock, I would be totally down. But it's not. It's 10, maybe less than 10% silly schlocky moments, and then 90% characters barely moving and talking as flat as they possibly can, and it's just boring. Tassadul, thank you so much for the resub. Welcome back. Appreciate the 5 months. This minute, has it already been 5 months? Feels more like 8. Possibly 12. What is time? Tassadul, thank you so much. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the resub. I appreciate all of your efforts towards localization and translating for the Nub Zombie live experience. Your efforts are very much appreciated. And your acting talent, of course. I really hope we get to see a return of Tassadul's character. I know you can't spoil it. But I hope that story arc comes back around. It's still under NDA. But yeah, for anyone who missed it, that's going to be the plan for tomorrow. We're going to go through and I'm going to cover absolutely everything. Everything from the first month. So we're going to go back and watch every single video here, even the Essentials thing that explains what Ascension is. We're going to start from the very basics of what this is, what it was trying to achieve, whether or not it is a scam, in my opinion. Talking about all of the systems, how much of it was there on day one, how many things changed since day one, everything. We're going to cover the app itself, the mini games, all of the story, and give my full final thoughts on it for 1 month in. And then I'm going to put a poll out for everyone to decide, and you'll be able to vote with scam points. You'll be able to rally and use your points for extra vote decision power making, whatever, to determine Nub Zombie canon, Nub Zombie live experience. So I'm just gonna put it up to a community vote tomorrow after doing a really big recap. Everyone will be able to decide. Do we keep following Ascension? Or do we just say, fuck this? We've had our fun. We've laughed at it for a month. We get it. We know it's bad. Let's just do some other games. Let's do some better things. Better Silent Hill games. Other games that I've been meaning to play. Get back to some Dead by Daylight. Chucky's just been added. Get back to Texas Chainsaw Massacre. There's new characters and new content. Get back to doing some Silent Hill story playthroughs for the full series. Go ahead and just do a full round of the entire franchise while we wait for Silent Hill 2 remake to come out. Maybe do some speed runs and stuff again. There's a lot of better things. A lot of better things I feel like I could be doing with my time rather than Ascension. And that you as viewers would enjoy more than Ascension. But I don't want to assume. That's why I'm going to let you guys decide. Do we have a third choice to just do recaps after there's actually content for a week? We'll see. No love lost with Ascension. One stream dedicated to Ascension every week or a couple of weeks would be good. Yeah. That's the thing is, like, I'm sure as crazy things happen, as the, like, silly moments happen, like the slap moment and the berry picker moment, all that stuff wound up getting spread around and shared by people who are not me. So I figure if there's anything significant that happens, we'll hear about it, and then maybe we'll delve back into it at that point. But I'm just at a point where doing this, like logging in and doing this daily, you know, for the 3 minutes of pointless content is starting to get really stale. I've tried my best to, like, do silly stuff and come up with interesting ideas for the stream to keep it interactive and fun and creative, and just entertaining. Like, at the end of the day, I just want you guys to be able to enjoy your time here. And Yeah. I don't know. After a month, there's only so many things I can do to poke fun at Ascension. There's only so many times I can highlight, like, look at the bad animation. Look how poorly animated it is. Let's watch it frame by frame. Like, there's only so much I can do. And with the story, it's just like, I don't know, nonsensical. It never goes anywhere. They keep introducing characters and story threads, and they just, oh, okay, well, there goes that, you know, that's out the window. Like, oh, here's this big tension. Astrid doesn't want Carl to see Orson anymore. Oh, look, she's angry at Carl. Now she's really gonna be, oh, and then she's suddenly putting Orson in Carl's care again. And it's like, okay, I guess that was all for nothing. I'm completely distracted. Still got 2 stars, even just sitting here talking and not really thinking about it. That'll give us a couple of boxes to open. Too bad we don't have more levels of fishing. I'm all fished out. We can't get any more points for it. Even the devs just repeat what they say, almost like they're trying to gaslight us. Again, I kind of have my own tinfoil hat theory on the dev stream thing. I think the regular dev streams were relying on chat having been working. I think they originally planned it, or that schedule, around talking and interacting with the community, because then you don't have to worry about your talking points as much. Like, if all you were doing was going through your talking points really quickly at the start of it and then being like, all right, let's go to some community questions, let's see what so-and-so says in chat. They put, you know, here's so-and-so who's at the top of the leaderboard for this decision. Why did you put 400,000 points onto, you know, like, I think they were supposed to engage the community through the chat. And if you're doing that 3 times a week, like, that feels like it would be more interesting. But chat has not worked since day one. They had it on for the first day and then disabled it because they couldn't figure out how to get a basic fucking chat filter to work. And they haven't figured it out since. So for the entire first month, it's been turned off. So we don't know if that's what they were intending to do, because we never got to see it fully in action. Because day one was basically just the live streamer pre-show stuff that could have been pre-recorded, for all I know. Like, it may as well have, you know, been pre-recorded. But like, if chat would have still been working through the first week, and we would have seen like a regular dev pre-show or post-show where they're answering, you know, chat feedback and you know, stuff like that, then that seems like it would be more likely. And since chat's not working, they basically are like, oh shit, what do we do? It's already in our contract, you know, we're already getting paid to show up on camera for 3 days a week for 45 minutes to an hour each day, and all we have is this list of the same 5 talking points and no chat interaction like we originally planned for. So all they do is sit there and recap and recap and recap and go over the same, here's our schedule, here's how Endure works, here's how the Hope system works. Are you Team Toby? Here's my favorite character. Who's your favorite character? I'm so sad that this happened. I can't believe that happened. Is Ascension improving at all? No. I would say it has consistently gotten worse as it's gone on. With the exception of like a very few amount of things. There's a handful of things that Ascension has done where I was like, oh hey, that's kind of neat. And even that, there's like 40 asterisks next to it. It's not something that's just like cool and it works. Like the cameo system, the cameo contest. Tassadul, who just resubbed at the start of our stream, has been a part of this community for a while and has been translating a lot of the Norwegian and giving us context for a lot of the sections of the story that take place in Norway. Tassadul's character showed up in the story, like in an episode, in 2 episodes. And when it happened, I genuinely was like, that was cool. Like someone I know, someone in our community showed up in the story. That motivates me to want to get more cameo tickets and try to also be in the story. Like that concept completely works. Here's the large list of asterisks next to it though. You don't really care about it because the story itself is garbage and the animations are crap and the character creator is crap, so everything looks like shit and you don't really care. If it was a good story and everything looked good, if you had more creative control over your character and they actually looked better and you were, like happy with how they looked and how they looked in the story compared to all the other characters, I think people would take it more seriously instead of making like meme characters like we've seen a lot of, although Tassadul's was not, but other characters have been. If it didn't look so bad, if it looked better, and the graphics were just better visually, if it had a better art style even. It doesn't necessarily need to be a realistic looking thing. If they had gone for like, if they didn't have the budget and the means to do all of these like lifelike textures and stuff, if it would have just been the way a lot of mobile games are, where it's like 2-dimensional art and animatics and stuff like that. If it would have had a good art style, that could have saved it. That could have done a lot for it. But as it is, it doesn't look great. So like you don't care as much about the cameo happening. And the other asterisks next to all of that is Tassadul got into that spot by making multiple accounts and farming points and getting lots and lots of cameo tickets, more than somebody would typically get if you're interacting and watching with just one account, like normally. So even if you're not investing a lot of money into this to buy influence point bundles and buy lots of cameo tickets to show up or to have a better chance of showing up, there will still be people like Tassadul. No offense to Tassadul, it's just, don't mean it in a negative way, but there will be other people who kind of abuse the system and make multiple accounts and will show up as cameos and will influence choices and things like that a lot more than somebody who is just making one account and logging in day to day. Like someone who takes it at face value and is just interacting with this the way the developers intended will have basically no chance of showing up or influencing a choice or impacting anything meaningful when it comes to audience participation. And the way the systems are designed, that feedback is noticeable. You feel that. You feel like you have no sway when you're like, I've got 3,000 points. Let's go make a vote. Let's look at the leaderboard. And it's like 27,000 points, 27,000 points, 25,000 points. And it's like, okay, so you don't feel like you're doing enough with your vote. And I feel like it demotivates a lot of people from necessarily interacting in the first place. And that's the whole point. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to feel like you're influencing stuff. And this entire time, myself included, you know, there's a lot of me that thinks that to some degree this is just sort of rigged, and it is just kind of a scam, even though technically there's not 100% proof. There's a lot of circumstantial evidence, I would say, based on how we've seen things perform, based on things the developers have done, and based on things the developers have said. It's extremely likely that things are rigged to at least a certain degree, if not entirely. So yeah, the idea, that this is not all about money. If that was the case, like, you would not have to pay for these shitty mini games. You originally had to pay to be able to access both of the mindfulness games, which supposedly has an impact on the story since it affects characters' hope. None of that would be there. None of that would be there. Here's the one place. Here's the one place where it would have been acceptable. It's not acceptable at all to really monetize this in the ways that they have, but I understand that this is a free thing. You're trying to make it free for people to watch. You're trying to make it free for people to interact, but you need to make money somehow, right? So here's the thing. Here's the one place where you do that. Your fucking loot boxes. You have your cosmetics for your avatar for showing up as a cameo. Because if the cameo system works, which we've seen through Tassadul that technically it does, even if that itself has a lot of caveats to it and is rigged in a different kind of way. If the story was good, if the animations looked good, and if people cared about the cameos, you'd care more about the customization of your character, and you make your loot boxes here that you would open. Can't because of some EU laws. True. I mean, this should already not be allowed. The way that it is presented is so much scummier, but that would be the more straightforward way of doing it, right? It's just your stickers and your emojis and your cosmetics. It's all the non necessary stuff. It's all the completely optional shit that you, if you're going to have any sort of monetization, that's where it should be. Not behind the interactive elements, you know, not behind things that can affect the story. And there needs to be a much tighter, strict cap on things like points. Like, you need to have a little bit more control around that so that people feel like they're still able to have fun with it, and you're still rewarding people who are interacting and like doing more. But not just completely tipping the scales in the favor of people with multiple accounts or lots of disposable income, so that you actually feel like your vote matters. Those are the biggest issues. If that feedback was different, but then you start getting into it. That's everything. Then make a proper frickin' game. That's the other side of it. This is, I think, too ambitious of a project for what the developers involved were capable of. And I don't think that even in the best of conditions, I don't think the concept meshes well with Silent Hill. I think if this team really put a lot of effort into this concept and really, really polished this up so that the systems work, the QTEs and everything, the feedback on it is natural and feels good. The video quality is better. The writing and storytelling is better so that people are more invested. If they really polished all of that up and made a good concept, the idea is not bad. It's a neat idea. The idea of community-driven story. I play Dungeons and Dragons. That's collaborative, community-driven storytelling. That's having a rough idea of a story, how it's gonna go, but because you don't know what your friends are going to do, what crazy shit they're going to decide to do, and having to improvise around that, like, that's fun. That's really fun. That's one of my favorite things to do. I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons for like 23 years of my life. 24 years of my life, something like that now. And the idea of making something like a massive D&D game through this concept where everyone's watching the same story unfold, but then providing their input. That idea is awesome. The execution of that idea through Silent Hill Ascension, and for that matter, through The Walking Dead Last Mile, and most likely any of these other projects GenVid is doing, like, this format is terrible though. I think there is definitely some value to that concept, and I definitely want to give some props to GenVid and all those teams for like trying to do this, because it's such a big, ambitious thing to do. But at the same time, they missed the mark so far. Like, it's way off. I can see that core idea. I can see that spark of like a neat thing, but this ain't it. And I don't think Silent Hill was the right fit for it. I mentioned this in some previous streams, but I think something like Saw could have worked really well. Or something like, you need something like that, or like Final Destination, something that's a little bit, I guess, open to be sillier, not necessarily sillier, but it's not what Silent Hill is. Like, Silent Hill, you really have to become immersed for it to work. For psychological horror and for horror in general, you really have to kind of be immersed into it, and it takes a lot of atmosphere and writing and storytelling, and that all goes out the window with multiplayer interaction. And I say that as somebody who streams and, like, you know, plays these games with an audience often. And I still say, you know, that is not the ideal way to enjoy Silent Hill. I'm sure you guys enjoy it, and it's informative, like, you learn things about those games, but learning those things about the games and watching my streams is like one part of it. Going off by yourself and sitting in a dark room and putting on your headphones and playing Silent Hill 1 or Silent Hill 2 or 3 or 4 and letting yourself get immersed into that story and the music and the atmosphere and everything, like, it's what creates that feeling that Silent Hill is known for. And I don't think you can maintain that feeling with this kind of format. And if you can't capture that feeling, you shouldn't be making Silent Hill, period. Like, that's it. That's where that ends. If that's not what you're trying to make, then you're not trying to make Silent Hill. And you shouldn't be attempting anything and trying to call it that. So I think there's a lot of different ways, and I understand that probably from a corporate standpoint, they feel like they've exhausted all of the ideas they can possibly do within that niche that I've just described. And I don't think that's the case. I think there are so many different ways you can tell individual stories. I mean, you've got a town that can bend reality around it. There's so many ways to write around, you know, you can have somebody living and existing right next to pre-established Silent Hill characters and never seeing them, never interacting them, and have a full, well-established explanation as to why. Like, you can do so many different stories that are their own thing, yet interconnected to pre-established lore with Silent Hill. Like, I don't feel limiting it to that town or that location is necessarily the, like, limiting factor the way that the Konami producers and executives view it as, which is why they've got a different mentality. They decided Silent Hill can be anywhere. It can be in Norway, it can be in Pennsylvania, it can be in Japan with like Silent Hill F, and that it doesn't matter. It's not a location anymore. Anywhere can have fog and monsters. And basically, if we are to go forward as Silent Hill fans and agree with the current mindset of Konami producers, if we're to agree with that and what their thoughts and feelings on what Silent Hill is, anything at all that has fog and monsters is Silent Hill canon. Because that's basically what it's been boiled down to. It's not the order, it's not the town, it's not the location, it's not the spiritual power in that area, it's nothing that's been previously established. Yeah, trauma. Yeah, sorry. I forgot the third most important ingredient. Fog, monsters, and trauma. As long as you have those three things, then it's Silent Hill. And ringtones. Don't forget ringtones. Don't forget Lockbox. I don't even want to play Lockbox jokingly. Oh, mute doesn't work here? Weird. Why does mute only mute certain sound effects? Not even a volume bar? No. It's just audio on or audio off. And even with audio off, it doesn't mute everything. The background sound is still there. And some of the sound effects are still there. Now there's no sound effects. Now mute is kind of working, except for the background audio. I don't know. They can't even get a fucking mute, unmute to work. Like, that should tell you everything. Even the absolute most basic things when it comes to having just a functioning app don't work correctly. Still sounds good compared to Palia devs fixing bugs. I'm not familiar with that. Too drunk to follow the real canon of Silent Hill Ascension? That's okay. I can tell you, even watching it and being completely sober is not going to help. It's probably better to try and be under the influence of something, whatever your choice is, but Ascension is not going to make sense either way. You did it. See, the background noise went away. Way to go, mute. I guess the background noise for that is on a different audio layer, something. I don't know how they've done this. 8 more minutes. First episode was their chance to make something epic and hook you in, and it was so dumb how it ended. Yeah. Yep. I agree. They needed something better. I mean, is this a product of rushing or what? I don't know. Supposedly, like, if you go by what they were saying during the Silent Hill transmission and some of the statements they've made in interviews, this has been something that's been in the works for like 3 to 4 years. Now, I don't know how accurate a lot of that is, or, you know, what all that actually entails. Like, it may have taken them a long time just to get together the tools and technology to be able to, like, make these live streaming service with interactive elements things work, like the back end part of it. And then they only had, like, I don't know, 6 months left to slap together some animation and story. Like, they didn't have enough time to make anything with that system or make sure all the systems work. Because that's what it feels like. It feels like they've got the concept there and they've got the first part of kind of like the framework there to make all of this work, but then the systems aren't tested, like they're not working right. The feedback doesn't work right. The voting is imbalanced. The point system is too easily abusable and monetized, and Like, the story's too fucking badly written and the pieces don't fit together. So even though you have the community voting and making all these choices, they don't have context for what they're choosing. And then when they choose something and it puts that scene in place, like, it doesn't line up with the other scenes in a satisfying way. So it's like the people don't know how to write around the system. And having all these branches and stuff, they don't know how to make them fit together. So I don't know. It feels like they got the cool idea and then did what they could to try and make something out of it, but got too lazy or too ambitious and ran out of time, or too greedy for ways to monetize it. I don't know. I can't say for sure. Only the developers know. Oh, we have a current poll. How Bloober does this feel like chat? I'm going with no bloob. I'm voting no bloob. It's a terrible poll, Yami. And everyone's going bloobin time? You guys are trolling. You guys are just memeing. Even if Bloober Team made this, it would at least look nice. Like, I've always given Bloober Team credit that their visuals are fine. They're very good at doing visuals and visual effects. They just have zero creativity when it comes to applying those effects. They're like, look at all these really cool environmental transitional effects that we've learned how to do and make it feel seamless as the player is exploring environments naturally. What should we do with it? Let's make them walk down a hallway and then turn around. Let's do that over and over and over and over again. It's such a cool effect. But fuck, do something else. Hire a writer. Get someone to make a game around that. It's a cool thing, but everything else with Bloober Team, like, they can make good visuals, but all their other stuff sucks. They just don't know how to make a good game around it. They don't know how to make a good story or characters or gameplay or anything around it. It's Bloobin Time 1. You guys. Also get some sensitivity training. Yeah, no shit. Here to see Nub play these great mini games. We still got 3 minutes. God, I really don't want to do lockbox, but I guess it's lockbox time. Oh, it's so loud. Why? Just mute. I moved it once and it immediately failed. Okay. So I can't let these come into contact or these come into contact. But I have to make these two connect and use a hex key. Lock blades suck. All my homies hate lock blades. Fuck. How am I supposed to do that one? God, I hate this. It's like a Windows 95 game. Been doing this minigame wrong this whole time. Dumb? I am dumb. Don't want to miss the show? True. Hope someone clipped the instant fail earlier. That was on me. That was on me. I should have known. I just should have known. I should have observed before I made a move. Is this what Pyramid Head plays in his spare time? No, Pyramid Head plays Shapeshifter. I don't know. Pyramid Head is probably a car repair fan. Maybe a Stones enjoyer. Story time, everybody. It's time to ascend. Orson. Jason.
Can you hear us, Orson?
Cheryl. Sean. We're watching this because we chose to follow Ingrid's ghost into the woods.
To dart off like this. Now we're searching for two people.
She didn't look right. In the head.
Oh my God, Ava's there.
Boy, my grandson is missing Ava. Astrid needs everyone's help.
Does anyone else see Ava?
I don't think they're here to help.
Of course they are. Why else would they be here?
There you are, Papa. Come look. I found footprints.
Okay, they found her.
They're his size, right? Papa.
Okay,
I'm scared.
but they still can't find Orson.
I don't understand how we could just vanish. We used to play in these woods. Orson? Orson,
Yeah,
honey,
Ava
honey.
is suddenly gone.
Astrid. It's
Now that
It's
he's
going to be okay.
now that he's there with Astrid.
Orson couldn't have gotten far.
We've been searching an hour, Papa. Obviously, he did get far.
We'll find him. I promise.
Jittery cuts tonight. It's been getting worse and worse every night. Like the cut from scene to scene
I don't hear the group anymore.
They were just over here, weren't
is
they?
always really, really rough. Sometimes it even cuts off a few seconds from the scene. Yeah.
Orson!
Ava's 100%
Orson!
not real.
It's Mama!
What happened here? We should have seen this fire from several kilometers away.
It's getting so cold.
Oh, it's just like Origins.
It doesn't feel safe here.
It's not fog, it's smoke.
We should find the others
No.
and...
I can keep going.
Angel, I need you to listen to me. If we stay out here much longer, we could die from exposure.
And what about Orson? He's alone and scared. And he Could we just be on those trees?
Or maybe they've found him and he's waiting for us back at the house.
Fine. Go back then. You'd only slow me down anyway.
Whatever you decide, decide quick. I don't like the feeling of these ones.
Oh, monsters. There's monsters in fog and trauma. Meanwhile, bartender and patrons didn't make it. It's
I'm
not
looking
me.
for Toby Sorelli. Have you seen him?
Good avatar.
I want to buy a round of drinks.
No voice?
Excuse me. Hey, I need to say something. Next round's taken care of. Courtesy of Toby Sorelli. I'm pretty sure he's
Deliver
never
the
coming
spiteful
back here, but he
send-off.
left a message for all of you. Go fuck yourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck him too. My cousin died because of that asshole.
Back at the old mill. Yeah, yelling at these 3 cameos. The 3 people in the bar. Toby says, fuck you.
Thanks for the drink.
Oh, Krista's here.
Can I return the favor?
Oh my god.
Thought the Foundation looked down on drinking.
Was that...
Never stopped me before.
I can never tell if Krista
I
is
should get to
being
work.
flirty or not because the characters' fucking faces never change. And their voices always sound exactly the same. Well, that was an episode. Way to go. Cameos are still broken. Oh, never mind. It's working for Endure. Carl's turn to Endure. Bon Bon. Can we get a prediction going for boss fight? Will we see a boss fight tonight? Boss fight? Yes, no? Will there be a boss fight? Jesus, why is this so loud? I have to adjust my volume every single stream. The fucking volume level is different. That was it? Nah, I don't have the energy to be disappointed. I know exactly what you mean. That's why I'm like, after a fucking month of this, like, how much can we say? How much else can I say about it? It's the same exact goddamn scenes that we've been looking at. There we go. I did my 2 QTEs, 2 whole QTEs this time. Now I'm not going to touch anything. Let's watch as the exact same scenes that we've looked at every single day for the past month play out again. Yeah, Twerk It. I've been seeing a lot of people, there's people who've commented on the subreddit, people who've talked about it in chat and in our Discord. A lot of people who deleted their accounts are being reactivated, even though they didn't ask for that. So I'm guessing one of 2 things happened. They accidentally deleted some people's accounts. And in order to fix that, they just like said fuck it and reinstated everything. And the other option is their user numbers are so low. Their user numbers are so low that they're re-enabling deleted accounts to try and make it seem like there are more users than there actually are. I am no longer using Stream Elements, so we do not have a bot. I put it in the moderator thing, Yami. You'll have to, we got to manually link to the Discord. I got an invite. There you go. There's one in chat, so if you want to copy that, and if anybody needs it, there's the link to join. Same for YouTube, I guess. Just pause the video and go to that link. You can join the Discord. Everyone is welcome. It's all bot accounts now. The future is bots making games that only bots play. Can't wait. It's gonna be just like Wall-E. I'm just gonna sit in the chair while a video game happens in front of me. That's basically what's happening. That's exactly what's happening right now. I'm sitting here talking to you guys, sitting in my chair. My hands are not on my keyboard and mouse at all. And I just succeeded. The community succeeded. We fucking did it. The game played itself. The exact same scenes that we've looked at for the past month played out exactly the same way. I got 2,400 scam points. There was not a boss fight. So congratulations to anyone who predicted there would not be a boss fight. An entire month of this game, there was one boss fight, and it was rigged and basically just forced to happen. One boss per month. Do I have to choose the, I guess I'll do it. Oh, someone did it. Prediction result is nah. Nah, there was no boss. Thank you. Now we gotta wait for the fucking mini games to refresh. What a show today. I know, right? What an episode. Did you see the demon in the thumbnail? Hold on. Next episode, Appeal to Reason tomorrow. Look at the fucking Diablo. Look at the Origins demon standing in the woods. Did Toby die? Yeah, Toby's dead. Toby's fucking dead. Why is there a generic devil? I have no idea, but look at that. There's like a big red fucking demon in the woods. Tomorrow's episode. So, again, while we're sitting here waiting for the mini games to refresh to see if there's anything worth playing before just doing some what's in the box and calling it a day. But God. So for anyone who doesn't know, tomorrow is going to be a big catch up. I'm going to do a recap, in-depth recap, explaining the story of Ascension all the way from the very beginning, all the way up to now. So tomorrow we're going to do basically an entire recap of the past month. I'm going to try to condense all of everything that has happened and the best of my understanding of it and my overall opinions on all of it, the story, the app, the everything as a whole. I'm going to give my thoughts on it now that we're 1 month in, and then I'm going to put it to a community vote. So you'll be able to use your scam points to vote and decide going forward, do we still bother? Do we continue to bother tuning in and watching Ascension? Because it's like, at this point, I don't know. I know people enjoy having something daily to tune into, and I still want to stick to a similar schedule where I'll be streaming pretty much every day for roughly the same amount of time, if not longer, and playing other better Silent Hill games and other games in general. So pretty much everyone is going to vote and decide why not just full episodes. I think ultimately, like, we'll probably still do that no matter what. This is just going to be the community vote to decide, like, do we keep doing this? Do we keep doing the daily let's follow Ascension and archive every last little bit of it, you know? Want to see the state of Eduardo from month to month? Hey, Cyborgana, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Very much appreciated. Thank you so much for the support. I think just the pre-show, post-show days, and then catch up on past episodes then. That's basically the whole thing, Fancy Plans. Like, pre-show, post-show days are Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And if you include like a catch-up, a weekly recap on top of that, like, that's 4 days a week. I might as well just do the whole thing daily. That's why I'm saying, like, we'll put it to a vote and see if people want me to just do it all. Basically, it's kind of all, I'm at the point where it's all or nothing. Are we gonna keep up with this bullshit? Is it worth keeping up with? Or do we say fuck it and I don't know, I'll check back in with it if something interesting happens and it starts making the rounds on the internet? Or maybe like at the end of the month, I'll just do like a monthly recap. But I don't know if people enjoy this, going day to day with this, even though I'm like, we're a month in, I've done my best to try to keep it entertaining, and I am fresh out of ideas. The Nub Zombie interactive live experience has gone completely off the rails. We're out of funding, so the website went down. The staff has revolted, and we've had to rely on artificial intelligence more and more. So I'm out of ideas. I am creatively and morally bankrupt after a month of Ascension. And I just want to go back to being that guy that chills and plays some Silent Hill and talks about it way too much. So torn because you're having a rough go, but I feel like this needs to be archived just for historic purposes. And I know, like, I mean, there's other people archiving the episodes and stuff themselves, but I know there's not very many people archiving all of the, like, all the stuff they say on Twitter that I talk about, and all the developer pre-show and post-show and endure segments, and like, it's one thing to go back and watch the episodes, and like try and get an idea of what this experience, like 10 years from now, 20 years from now, you know, let's say, think about it, Silent Hill 2 is like 22 years old.
I'm a police officer from Brams, the next town over.
Oliver, thank you so much for the Prime sub, by the way. Very much appreciate that. Thank you so much. Really, seriously, thank you guys so much for the support. And Rushmore, welcome back. Thank you so much for the 45 months. Holy crap, this is such an epic struggle between man and nature. Thank you, Rushmore. I appreciate it. Thank you for your understanding and support. Don't want to put that on you at all. Pre-show and post-show stuff is what needs to be preserved the most, I think. Like, on the one hand, I agree. Like I said, if you look at how long ago Silent Hill 2 was and how people still talk about it, you know, we're still talking about it today. 22 years from now, in the future, if somebody was to try and look back at what was Silent Hill Ascension, you'd be able to probably watch the show itself, but it might be harder to find what the actual like day-to-day experience was, logging in, seeing what's new, collecting your dailies, what the mini games were, you know, all the little elements of what makes up Ascension, all those little parts that are not part of the archive, you know, not part of the final product, the show. None of that gets archived as well. None of that gets saved as well. I can't remember, but have you streamed Siren by Team Silent? I have not, because that's not a thing that exists. I did play Siren for a Halloween stream a long time ago. It's not made by Team Silent. The director of Silent Hill 1 left and made his own studio, and his team of different developers from Team Silent made Siren. It was the same director as Silent Hill 1, but it's not like Masahiro Ito wasn't there, Hiroyuki Owaku wasn't there, Takayoshi Sato wasn't there. It wasn't Team Silent. It was just the director from the first game. But it's a good game. I like Siren. They're just really hard. They're kind of brutal. They're very unforgiving. They're good games, but I don't play them very often because they're difficult and I'm bad at them. I knew that'd get you. Yeah. Yeah, you did. Why does Hideo Kojima get Silent Hill credits? Because PT. That's all. That's the only thing Silent Hill related Kojima ever worked on. And PT was, for as short as it was and not being reflective of what the final vision of what Silent Hills would have been. Like, it was not a demo for Silent Hills, the way a lot of people will play a demo for a game, and then the game comes out and the demo is a little piece of what that game is. PT was, you know, playable teaser. It was a separate, unrelated little standalone puzzle for you to play through and solve in order to watch a teaser, a trailer for Silent Hills. It was not a demo for Silent Hills. So PT, for what it was really amazing. It was really well done, and it was super influential. It basically shaped horror from 2014 onwards. It made it's not the original first-person horror like looping hallway or repeated environment experience. There's been examples of that in horror for a long time, but PT brought it back and showed that it can still be done in an effective way, especially with modern graphics, where you're so focused on kind of the detail of the environment that like it ropes you in, it immerses you more, even with something very, very simple. So that concept basically inspired a ton of copycats and similar style, popularized a style for horror after it came out. So Kojima does get a lot of credit for that. Here is my, maybe it's a hot take. I don't know if people will think this is a hot take, but I like PT. I love PT. I love Hideo Kojima, and I'm a big fan of a lot of his games, basically all of his games. And I think PT is a very good horror game. I do not think it is Silent Hill. I don't consider it Silent Hill. It doesn't, again, necessarily capture the feeling of original Silent Hill, but I think it is very effective horror. I think it's really good horror. For something as short and simple as it is, I think it's like really well done as far as creating a horror atmosphere with kind of minimal tools and environment. Yeah, for a short form horror game like that, it's great, but it's not, nothing about it is Silent Hill to me. Nothing about it screams or is recognizable as Silent Hill. So I'll give Kojima some credit in that I bet he would make a really fucking kick-ass horror game. And I hope one day he does. But I don't think he is necessarily the best person for a Silent Hill game. All right. There's our refresh. We've got our new dailies. We've got our new catch-up videos. Boy, I sure did catch up on that video. Love them cameos. Great job, you guys. Bam, bam. Wonder if it could have expanded beyond the teaser. Like I said, the teaser was not representative of what Silent Hills was going to be. It was just like, hey, look, we've got Norman Reedus, we've got Guillermo del Toro. Here's a little glimpse into how realistic we can make a character model look, or make the environment look. But I think if Silent Hills would have actually been made as a game, it would have been very different. It would not have resembled PT. Time to fish, baby. Best minigame. Time for the best Silent Hill minigame ever created. Right here, Silent Hill Ascension. I don't know what the sound effect is. Also, look how it's muted, but still making sounds. Are we fishing in Silent Hill or Norway? It's either Pennsylvania or Norway, depending on which character, I guess. There is no Silent Hill. Silent Hill is completely not here. There is no Silent Hill in Silent Hill Ascension. That's not like an exaggeration. That is as literal as I can explain it. No one has mentioned the town. No one is from the town. No one has gone to the town. No one is going to the town. They haven't even said the words Silent and Hill in the game. The closest, absolute closest thing is the place in Norway is called Stildalen, which apparently translates to Silent Valley, which is not Silent Hill. Quite far from it, actually. And this is Astrid going fishing, so we're fishing in Norway. Giant bobber. Well, they plan on people playing this on a little tiny mobile screen, so you got to make sure that their giant fat Cheeto covered fingers can tap a big bobber. Go ahead and take that out of context. Clip that audio and train an AI voice on it. Boink. Yay, I got the green flannel. I need to contribute IP to a decision. We should have a new one, right? Nope. There's only one decision right now, and it ends in 4 days. Well, I guess I'll put 200 points on 200 more points on Have Faith. There we go. What level on the battle pass does it go up to? Like 101, I think. Do you know the one-arm Halo player Ghost Arm? No. That sounds like is that a real thing, or is that a setup for like a... I almost didn't want to read it because I'm like, is this like a D's nuts joke or something? It sounds like a setup. Do you think they'll go full goofy with the cosmetics at some point? Like jester hats and Jinko jeans? No, because making more assets that would work on the models and show up in the show at this point in development would be way too much effort on their part. Anything that is going to be in this is already in this. So you're not going to see anything crazier than fucking knitted turtleneck sweater. This is their idea of a legendary level 86 battle pass cosmetic. You know, if this was Dead by Daylight and you're at level whatever, you're most of the way through a rift, you'd be getting like some crazy looking shit. If this was any other game that has any sort of like unlockables like this, it would be something wild, and it's a fucking turtleneck, you know? You're still unlocking portrait borders at level 89 and level 93, and they're still just fucking 2-second Photoshop filter like template things. You think they're gonna make Jinko jeans and jester hats and shit like that? Like, look at this. This is garbage. I have better cosmetic options for my squad in fucking XCOM. I have nicer looking sweaters. All right. Let's get our cameo tickets and play What's in the Box. It's time for What's in the Box. Go ahead and get in those predictions. What's going to be in the loot box? We've got 5 boxes to open. This is one of your last chances to get a significant amount of scam points before tomorrow's big poll. Again, there's going to be a poll tomorrow where you can use your scam points to vote. And going forward into December, will we continue keeping up with Ascension daily, or are we dropping this dumpster fire and only looking back occasionally from our rearview mirror? And you can get a lot of scam points to influence that decision tomorrow by getting some extra scam points today. And you can get some extra scam points if you correctly predicted what's in this box. You'll have 5 chances to do this. Box number 1. What's in the box? It's a cosmetic. The uncommon facial hair. Brown curtain. The uncommon facial hair. Brown curtain cosmetic. The ugliest beard you've ever seen. Cosmetic. Man, I really wish there was an easier way to do this stuff. I'm not sure which moderator's doing predictions right now. Oh, hearing me got distracted. Let me know, man, because if you need me to open up the window and run it, I can just run it. Don't just leave me hanging and expecting like someone started it and then didn't close it out. Spend 3 minutes of watching it and ignore the rest, being like, I feel this about it. Anyways, back to 2, 3, 4. Maybe. I don't know. All right, next prediction is open. What's in the box? Use your scam points right now. Box number 2. Is it going to be a sticker emoji, a cosmetic, some art or flair, or a duplicate item? I know yesterday and day before we've been getting a lot more duplicate items. I feel like we're probably getting close to having all of the cosmetics, or everything, not just cosmetics, but all the unlockables. I feel like we've probably already gotten a majority of them just from, I don't know, however many boxes we've opened in the last month. All right, predictions are in. Box number 2. Look at that. This is 100% a duplicate, but it does not say it's a duplicate, which is the rule of the prediction. So it's a art flare, legendary banner, gradient ice. We've gotten this before. We make fun of it because it's just a white gradient fucking rectangle. This is a legendary item. It's so garbage. It's like least effort shit imaginable. Yo. But then you have the huge effort from Sinistar Aries giving out 5 subs to the community. Thank you so much, Sinistar. That is a lot of love and support. And some subs going out to our wonderful community here. Ty, Pan, Dog Syrup, Miles Levitt, and Mastress Alita. A lot of regulars. A lot of people who've been here for quite a while, getting some subs and resubs, courtesy of Sinistar. Thank you for helping out the community. And thank you so much for supporting me. Very much appreciate it. Because I'm sad to see you're upset, Nub. Like I said, today I probably sound more upset than I actually am. More than anything, I'm tired. I have not slept very well the last few days. My sleep's been really thrown off, so I'm pretty exhausted. Predictions are up for box number 3. But yeah, I'm tired, and Ascension has gotten to a point where I genuinely don't know what to do. I don't know what to do going forward. I like, as a streamer, I always want to do what my audience wants. Like, I want to make you guys happy. I want to do things that we all enjoy. And when we're playing older Silent Hill games, I enjoy it. Other people seem to enjoy it. It seems like a better use of time and a better vibe, rather than stuff like this, which is similar to Book of Memories, where people enjoy watching the train wreck, but it takes a lot out of me just because there's definitely like part of me that's having fun with it, making fun of it with you guys. Let's see what's in the box. I'm out of energy today. Who cares? Oh my god. The Heart Eyes Egg Ball Gag. We got another one for the Ball Gag Egg Collection. Jesus fucking Christ. Just when I thought we were scraping the bottom of the barrel, we don't even have the full Ball Gag Egg set. Sticker emoji. Great job, everyone who predicted sticker emoji. Good lord. That is haunting. Is the banner not loading or something? What do you mean, Joker? Dear God, what is that? Thank you so much for the bits, Nora. It's an egg with a ball gag in its mouth. It's a fighter love. It's an uncommon emoji, fighter love. Is fighter the bag boy? Are the bag boys the ball gags? Anyway, next prediction. I don't know what monsters are what in this yet. What's in the box? New predictions up. Wager your scam points. Predict what is in box number 4, I think. Sticker emoji, cosmetic, art flare, or duplicate. Nobody thinks it's a sticker emoji. 0 points. 5,597 on cosmetic, 1,410 on art and flare, 3,450 on duplicate item, 510 now on sticker emoji, 1,010 on sticker emoji, 3,530 on duplicate. I think 5,500 on cosmetic was the highest. Next box. What the fuck is in it? It's a cosmetic. The legendary facial hair red mustache. The cosmetic, the Ron Swanson. This is so goofy. That's one way to put it. That's one word for it. 12K going to Eldrach. Eldrach with the prediction. Nice, Rachel. All right, last box. Last box. What's in the fucking box? Will it be a sticker emoji? Will it be a cosmetic? Will it be art? Or will it be a dupe? Every last scam point on duplicate. And remember, tomorrow's going to be a big vote using scam points to determine, will we continue covering Ascension daily going forward into December, or will we drop it like a hot sack of burning shit? So this is the last opportunity, and scam points are in, predictions are in. Final box is a duplicate. The rare Avatar decal sunglass duplicate. Four in a row, baby. Damn, Raven Black has got this down to a science. Raven's had like one bad day, and every other day has been nothing but wins. Probably up to like quite a few million scam points, I'm sure. All right. Well, that was fun. Another wonderful day of Silent Hill Ascension. Did you get your recap points? I did. Recap points acquired. We got today's fishing level points, which is the only thing that matters. Oh god, there's a new level of pathways that I won't be doing. Stones is back. Lockbox is gone. New Hashi, new code breaker. No one cares. But thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. We've got a big day ahead tomorrow. We've got a really big day ahead tomorrow. I think tomorrow I'm going to start early. Tomorrow I'm going to start early in the day. I'm going to try and get some sleep. And we're going to start a little bit earlier. I need to figure out what time. Would that be too confusing? Or should we just start at the regular time and go super, super late? How early? I'm thinking an extra like 2 or 3 hours earlier than usual, and watch everything, because I want to recap absolutely everything. So that's 5 minutes, 51 minutes, 46 minutes, 38 minutes, 30 minutes, and then 21 minutes plus tomorrow's episode block. That's going to be another like 3 to 5 minutes. Plus all of the time to talk about everything else. And that's assuming I don't pause and talk about stuff, which I'll definitely pause and talk about stuff. So that's going to add another like probably 2 hours at least. It's going to be a long stream. I'm going to cover everything. Earlier would be nice, having to get up at 2 in the morning and stay a couple hours as is. So here's the thing. I'll put it in chat again. We've got a Discord channel. If you want to keep up to date and know when I'm going live and know exactly when I schedule stuff, or if something gets delayed, the best way to know is by being in the Discord. I've got a going live channel, so I alert everyone in the channel when I'm going live, what I'm doing, if there's any schedule changes. It's also the easiest way to ask me anything or talk with the community in general, especially when a stream is not live. So that's become kind of the best way to keep in touch and know what's going on with the streams. So yeah, I'll figure out what I'm doing tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to recap absolutely everything from start to finish. I'm going to give my 1 month thoughts and feelings on Ascension, and then we're going to put it to a vote and let the community decide what is the fate of Ascension. What will be how big of a role will Ascension play in the Nub Zombie interactive live experience going forward? It's up to you to decide, and only you can make the decision of the Nub Zombie canon forever. So tomorrow, I'll see you all for a big, crazy, in-depth recap of everything. And we'll go from there. But let's also go ahead and raid. I'm going to raid our good friend Bach Basoup. He's playing World of Warcraft. And I don't know. Why not? I love Bach. Hopefully you love Bach. He's super entertaining. If you're not already following him, go ahead and follow him. He's amazing. He's funny. He's entertaining. And he's a world-class horror game speedrunner, expert on all things Resident Evil and Silent Hill. So show him some love. And yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow for all of the Ascension. All of it. Not only a new episode with a devil standing in the woods, but everything leading up to that from the very first moments. So we'll see you tomorrow. Till then, take it easy. Be good to each other. Much love and peace.